start acting crazy. Okay, so we're going to part 2 of what if Naruto and Garra were cousins. I bet y'all wondering why I made them folks so strong. Okay, imagine this. Imagine if Sasuke and Naruto both had 2 different rivals. Instead of just being Naruto being Sasuke rival and Sasuke being Naruto rival, then they have Garra as a rival too. And Garra is both of their rivals, so he gonna get stronger automatically. It's just like that. You know how anime is. They work to get they work with each other. I'll catch you later. Right. So I'll catch you later. Yeah. So pretty much they gonna get stronger because anime, when you have a rival, you automatically strive to be stronger. So, and having 2 rivals, that's gonna boost you even more. And actually having a motivated Sakura to train this early on, bro, it's gonna be a lit team. Like, I'm gonna make Sakura a straight prodigy. Like, bro, she gonna be clean. That's gonna be the only move she used out her Kika Genkai though, out of Frost and Ice Release. She just gonna use Frost Mist to do different attacks, different sneak attacks. So that's gonna be clean. And then they start going on their way, and then the boys, everybody except for Sakura, sends the chakra in that puddle. Naruto says now, since Naruto mostly has trap set and most of his seals are in his bag, he only have 2 seals that he can use right off the bat, and that's restriction seals, and that ain't really gonna help defeat the enemy. It's just gonna help them stay still. So yeah. The rest of his seals pretty much in his bag. Some he can make on the fly, but it still take time. So he was like, God dang it, man. And but Naruto does know ninjutsu, but he doesn't really want to use any just yet. And then Garra like, man, I'm slick for defense and reconnaissance. I ain't really for none else but for defense and return. I can use attack. I can attack, but. And then Sasuke was like, I know those 2 aren't really prepared for something like this, but I am. I'm the attacking genjutsu specialist. And I can use a sword. So then he would jump up, he would say, Uchiha style, Halo dance. And then he would run up and then he would cut both of them. Using the Halo dance, cut both of their heads. So Kakashi would say, next time leave one of them. And then Garra would say, Kakashi, that makes no sense because both of them are in the bingo book as S-rank ninjas together because they are the Chunin brothers. And then Kakashi would say, oh. And then Sasuke would say, Tazuna, what's the real rank of this mission? And then Kakashi would say, about to ask you that too. And then Naruto said, if you don't want to answer, me and my 3 brothers will leave. Most likely Kakashi and Yamato will come with us. And Sakura will go wherever Sasuke goes. So everyone pretty much quit the mission. And then he said, okay, I think it's an A-rank jutsu or what you terms you say. Maybe an S-rank because you have an S-rank ninja who's after me. I think. I don't know what his rank is, but I know that he's very strong. And then they said, what's his name? He said Zabuza Mochi. Naruto, Sasuke, and Garra, all they sweat drop. Kakashi was kind of startled when he heard this. Yamato was like, what? Zabuza Mochi? Of the Hidden Mist? One of the 7 ninja swordsmen with the executioner blade? And then he said, yeah. Naruto said, you trying to get us killed? We not on Zabuza level. Zabuza at least high Jonin. All 3 of us are low Jonin. Did you not hear the Hokage? She's only low Chunin. And then, so even if Zabuza has a partner, she won't even be able to defeat them. And then they looking like, oh my god. And then Kakashi like, I'll probably only tie with Zabuza. And Yamato said, same. Well, me and Kakashi could probably defeat Zabuza, but Kakashi will probably be exhausted, and I probably won't have no chakra left. Using wood style. Do you know how much chakra it takes to use wood style? And then he like, oh my god, I really just brought these folks to their deaths. And then they would say, oh no, we can handle it as a team, but if we get split up, we all might be dead. And then he was like, phew. And then they said, alright, let's go. Mist start rolling. He said, Sakura, why are you using your technique? Save your chakra. She said, it's not me. Naruto said, Sasuke, is this the bloody mist jutsu? And then Garra said, everybody duck. Everybody ducked. Sasuke and Kakashi tackled Tazuna to the ground. And then a giant sword flew over their head. A person appeared right on top of it. he pointing at them. My name's Zabuza Momochi. And I'll spare all of your lives if you give me that man Tazuna. Naruto, Sasuke, and Garra all got up. They said never. As I said, I didn't want to do this, but he cracks his neck, and then Kakashi says never. And he says, my Kakashi of the Sharingan. When I have the pleasure to see your Sharingan, then Kakashi says, when you see it the first time, no, not many people live to see it a second time. No one has ever lived to see my Sharingan a second time. And he said, Yamato, all of your records, they just classified you as rank shinobi. They have no secrets on you. And then he'll say, that's why. Because the leaf keeps everything I do a secret. And he would say, I know you're trying to do hand signs behind your back. And then he would say, wood cage, jutsu. And then the wood cage would try to go around Zabuza. Zabuza would say, nope. He would push up his sword and slice the wood cage in half. Yamato would say, what is this? And then Naruto would say, he cut the wood release in half. I had these one of my strongest jutsus. Naruto and Sasuke both said. And then he said, what? This thing's weak. And then they said, oh my God, we're in danger. They said, Garra, you protect Tazuna and Sakura. And Sakura, you protect Tazuna. And then Sakura said, okay. And then she did her Jutsu around her and Garra. And then she said, Garra, can you see? And then he said, yeah, I have my sand eye. All of us are inside one of my layered sand domes. So it'll be hard to even get to us. And then they saw a water clone coming at them. Naruto said, Sasuke, do you want to take it? He said, nah, you can get it, Naruto. I need to go and help Kakashi. Well, I need to go and help Kakashi because he just put Kakashi in a water prison. And he has like 5 water clones going up against Yamato. Yamato is defeating them, but it's taking a little time. Naruto going hand in hand with the water clone. Then the water clone gets too close. Naruto says, Uzumaki, sword style. Uzumaki, raging whirlpool dance. And then he started spinning like a whirlpool and going around like a raging whirlpool waves. And he cut Zabuza's clone, killing, dispersing it, making waterfall. And he would say, Garra, are you okay? He would say, Zabuza got through my first layer. Then Naruto said, how many do you have left? 2. And Naruto would say, okay, Sasuke, double back. And then he would say, Naruto, I don't know any earth jutsu. Then he would say, yeah, that's right. And he would say, get him. Then Sasuke would say, I didn't want to do this. Lightning stream burst jutsu. Then he would shoot a giant ball. It's like a stream of a lightning with a giant bomb in the front. It's a lightning bomb. As soon as it hit its target, it explodes. And then Zabuza said, hold up, wait, your friend Kakashi is in water. And he would say, it's not going to hit Kakashi, it's going to hit you. And he would say, why is that? And then Naruto would say, Earth wild jutsu. Well, Earth dome jutsu. Then he would put an Earth dome around Kakashi. And he would say, multi-Earth dome jutsu. And then he would put 3 Earth domes around Garra. He would say, Garra, I put 3 Earth domes around you. You should be able to sense if they break or not. And then Garra would say, okay, Naruto, he's still protecting Tazuna. And then they would both charge at Zabuza. Kakashi then says, I'm gonna defeat you, Zabuza. He pulls up his Sharingan and he attacking. He getting exhausted. Naruto sees it. He says, lay down, Kakashi. And he would say, Garra, let Kakashi in. And then Garra would say, I just defeated 1 clone using my sand needles. And he would say, let Kakashi in. He's passed out. And then it would be pretty much Sasuke and Naruto and Yamato versus Zabuza. So Zabuza would say, it's time. And then Haku would jump out there. Cut. Naruto would be like, you two, can you handle Zabuza? They would say, sure. Naruto would say, wind style jutsu, windbreaker, wind beak blast. And then it would make like a bird beak in front of his mouth. The bird beak would open wide and then it would shoot out a giant bomb of wind. Once the wind hit Haku, it exploded and pushed Haku meters back. Naruto says, multi-wind noodle jutsu. he blowed them everywhere. And then Haku is trying to dodge with all his might. He says, Wind Stream Jutsu. Then he says, Wind Cutter Jutsu. Blowing the wind all around to try to cut Haku. Then he says, okay, that's not gonna work. Earth Startle Jutsu. Earth Trap Jutsu. And then the Earth Trap go under Haku. Haku cannot help. Haku can't help it. He followed, he's slipping. Then he tried to jump on water. Naruto says, I thought you might do that. That's why I already had it ready. All he did do was put the last hand sign. Water Trap Jutsu. And then Haku tried to jump into there. He said, no. Wind Column Jutsu. It's basically you make a giant burst of wind come down or come up. You choose. And he said, Wind Column Jutsu. And he made a giant wind column come from over Haku and push him down into the water. Then he said, Multi-wind bullet. And then he shot the 3 bullets at Haku. All of them hit Haku consecutively. Haku was very hurt. He says, demonic ice mirrors. Naruto says, no, you don't. Great breakthrough dome. And he make a dome over his body that push out and hit all the Hakus, knocking out the real Haku. Then Naruto says it's time to die. Then he says, Uzumaki style. Silent beheader. It's basically a move where Naruto moves super quickly to decapitate his opponent with one of the cleanest slices you ever seen. And it'll be silent. They head won't even go out of their body. It'll just be there. But I promise you, everything will be cut off. And you could pull the head off the body and everything. But he would say Uzumaki style. Silent beheader. And he would and cut Haku's head off. And his opposite would say, no. He would say, Yamato, it's time. Yamato would say, crushing wood beams. And then 2 wood beams will come on each side of Zabuza and start crushing him. And he would say, Yamato would say, put in much chalk as he can to crush Zabuza even more. And then Zabuza will grab his sword. He would cut part of the wood beam and he would slip out. Barely. So Kakashi had woken up and he said, what's happening? Garra said, you're inside my sound down because you collapsed. He said, I need to finish Zabuza. Garra said, okay. Kakashi jumped out. He said, Chidori. He ran up and went through Zabuza's heart and killed Zabuza. He grabbed Zabuza's blade and he said, I should give this back to the Hokage. And then Naruto said, why not use it yourself? And then Kakashi said, it's not my style. And Naruto said, well, I'll take it. And he said, you sure? And Naruto said, yeah, it's a great way to have a weapon. Like, this goated. And then he said, I might give it to the Hokage if I don't really need it. Naruto, he not gonna keep the Executioner Blade because I give him the Executioner Blade a lot. Sometimes I just don't need to give him an Executioner Blade when he already got a short blade that he used with his Uzumaki style, sword style. So then, they would pretty much say, then Gato would come up and then Naruto says, maybe I could use this sword just once. It's a little too, how do I say, defining for me. It's a little too big. I don't really like big swords that much. I know it's pretty clean and it could be a great weapon, but I don't think it's the weapon for me. He would say, I could use it to kill all these bandits. And they would say, a child? All of them would start laughing. The whole front row dead. All of their heads just fell to the ground. And then each row just had the whole head cut off. And it was like, what? Gato was the one in the middle. Naruto said, oh, one more? He cut Gato in half. From head to his feet. He just went straight down. And then Sakura started throwing up. Naruto said it's all part of being a ninja, Sakura. And Garra and Sasuke said, yeah. And then she said, you killed people? They said, no, we've seen people die. On our way to Sasuke's house and the Chion Massacre, all we saw was bodies. So we used to seeing dead people. And then Sasuke and Garra would have cut off the 2 biggest dudes' heads off. Then they would say, all of our first kills on the same mission. And then all of them would say, well, had to happen. And Kakashi says, okay, it's time to go. Naruto cleaned off the execution blade, dipping it in a lake. And then they went back to the leaf. Early this time, actually. Well, they were starting to go to their way to the leaf earlier. And then Zabuza said, they said, what? We defeated Zabuza and the other one. Didn't the Hokage tell you to stay here until I finish the bridge? And Naruto was like, ain't no way, nigga. You tweaking. And then Naruto said, Shadow Clone Jutsu. He made like 50 clones. He said, help him make this bridge because I'm trying to dip. They was like, okay. And then they helped him make the bridge. I mean, he made the bridge in one day. Naruto was like, okay, one day was born enough. Let me go. Inari came out. He said, I doubted that you could defeat Tazuna, but I'm sorry for doubting you. Naruto would be like, bro, you straight? I know how strong Zabuza Momochi is, and I know anybody could be discouraged when faced with that kind of power. And then Inari would be like, yeah, true. So then open what we walk to the leaf. And then when they got to the leaf, all of them reported to the Hokage. So when all of them went to the Hokage, they told him what happened on the mission. They gave him the executioner blade. He said, I can get a pretty hefty sum from the Mizukage for giving this back. And then Naruto said, exactly, that's why we brought it back. And he said, great job. I'm going to split this money up between all of you evenly. And then they said, okay. He said, it's 3 million Rio. And Naruto said, so each of us get 500,000 Rio. And then the Hokage said, exactly. Naruto said, he was like, whoa, we're rich, bros. They're like, bro, we about to get us a new apartment and everything, man. And then the Hokage was like, hold up now. I already have you a new house ready. And then they would say, no cap. He would say, yeah, you should better move in, wait a couple days before the tuning exam start. And then Naruto and Sasuke then would say, okay. Once they moved into the new house, Naruto and them know how to cook a little bit. So they would, so Naruto would pretty much go to, the Yamanaka family house, while Sasuke went to the Haruno family house and Gaara went to the Hyuga compound. All of them said, we're going to ask her out. And then they said, how about we do it on the same day and have a triple date? So the first one we're going to talk about is Sasuke. So when he came to the door, Miss and Mr. Haruno came. He said, Mr. Haruno and Miss Haruno, I need to talk to you. And then they would say, yes, what do you need? And then he would say, I would be honored if you would let me take your daughter on a date. And then they said, that's Uchiha? Take our daughter on a date? And then she would say, Sakura. She would say, yes, ma'am. Do you want to go on a date with Sasuke? She would say, yes. And then Sasuke would say, can you come to my house around 7? It's like 4 p.m. right now. And then he would make his way home. All of them would actually meet up at the same time. They would be back home. So now next we're going to go to Naruto. He would go to the Yamanaka family house. He would bow as soon as they came to the door. He would say, I would be honored if you would allow me to take your daughter on a date. And then Ino just said, why should I? And he said, well, I'm a pretty strong ninja. And I really like your daughter a lot. And I think she has a crush on me too. So maybe this could work out. And he said, maybe. And Naruto says, I want it to work out, but I don't know how your daughter really feels. And he would call Ino downstairs. He would say, do you like this young man? She would say, well, yeah, Dad. And he would say, this boy wants to take you on a date. And then she would say, I'll be there, Naruto. Where are we going? And he would say, we're going to the dancing dragon. And then she would say, okay, what time should I be there? By 7. And then would say, thanks. Here Dad would say, my daughter is home by 10 p.m. Sakura's mom would say, my daughter home by 10 p.m. But when Gaara came to the Hyuga compound, they said, what do you have your business here, you demon? Gaara said, my tail be sealed. It can't get out, and I have complete control over it. So if it ever tries to break out, I can just fight it back. And then they say, oh, okay. And then Lord Hiyashi would walk up. He would say, "What do you want, you boy?" And then he would say, "I want to take your daughter on a date." And he would say, "Speak up, boy." He would say, "I want to take Hinata on a date, please." And then Garra would bow. And then he would make 2 giant sand hands. He would have a box of chocolates in one, and then he would have flowers in the other. And he would have a sticker on the top of the linen to tell them where they're gonna have a date, what time, and where they're going, when the time, and where and when. And then he would say, "What can you offer me? What can you offer my daughter?" Well, I am a pretty strong ninja, and I do have the potential to be one of the strongest ninjas that this village has ever seen. And then he would say, "Okay, but have my daughter here by 10 p.m. Any later, and it will hunt you down." And then Gar says, "Yes, sir." And then Hinata would come to the front. Gar would give her the flowers and the chocolates, and with the note on the front, and she would say, "Yeah, I'll go." And then Gar said, "Thank you, Hinata." Naruto, of course, would give Ino white flowers with white chocolate. Sasuke would give Sakura pink chocolate. You know, like chocolate with like the pink on the inside. And he would give pink roses, while Gar would give Hinata purple roses with regular chocolates. And then all of them would meet back home. Gar would be a little bit, about a minute or two after them, and then Naruto would say, "What happened, guys?" And then Sasuke would be like, "What happened?" Gar would say, well, they would say, "Why did you take a minute? It shouldn't take that long. We're closest to the Hyuga compound." And then he would say, whatever kind of mishap with like the guards, and it was nothing serious. They would just ask me questions, and they would like be like, "Oh, that's what they better at." And he said he actually had asked me a couple questions about things like what can I offer his daughter and stuff. And then Naruto, I had the same thing. And then Sasuke was like, the Haruno clan just let me take Sakura on the date, and then they were like, lucky. So then they would say, "Okay, bro, it's time for our date at the Dancing Dragon." And then all 3 girls would come. Ino in a beautiful white dress with flower markings all over the dress. Sakura will come in a pink dress that matches her hair, but it will have like vines all around it. You know, like what I mean, like the little strings that go around the dresses. It will be like in a spiral pattern to make it look boom. And Hinata would have an all-purple dress with small sparkles around it to, show up and show out. And then all the boys would hold, like what I mean, like when they be holding the girl's hand, they be putting like their arm, and then they be working her to a seat. And then all of them pulled out the chair for the girls, and then they pushed the chair up, and they went and sat down, and they said, "What would you like to eat? We're paying." And then all of them said, "Oh, gentlemen." And then Hinata said, "Well, I'll just take the the shrimp curry." And then Gar said, "Well, I guess I'll get the chicken curry." Ino said, "Well, Naruto, what would you want?" And then Naruto said, "I'm gonna get the steak special with steak, a salad, and fries." And then she said, "Well, I guess I'm gonna get the Parmesan chicken with the mashed potatoes." Don't hold me, bro. Don't hold me because I'm saying all this food, bro. I just went to like Longhorn literally like 2 days ago, no cap. And that food was good as free. I still remember it. But, so, and then like Sasuke would say, "I'll just take some potato soup and some vegetable soup and some salad." And then Sakura would say, "Well, I just really want the wings, the 10-piece wings and the fries." And then they would all say, "Well, okay." And then Sasuke and everyone would order, and then the total would come out and they were like $100. like $115. I'm gonna say $120.22. No, my food did not cost that much. No, my food did not cost that much of what you thinking. I'm just saying, like, each one of their meals could be like $20 and a little change, you feel me? So I'm gonna just say that. And then Naruto would pay $40 and a little change, and $41. Sasuke would pay $41, and Garra would pay $40 and a little change. And then all of them would say, "Oh, gentlemen, and they know how to pay for a girl's food. We might have hit the jackpot, ladies." Ino said, "Oh, they're gentlemen," and then Soccer said, "And they pay for everything." And then Hinata would be like, "They're smart." And then all of them would look at each other and be like, "We hit the jackpot, ladies." Naruto and Sasuke will be feeling themselves. Garra be like, "Yeah, that's how we going." The food would come. They would start up a conversation. They would be like, and then the girls would say, "Why do you all three of you always call each other brothers?" That's what the girls would say. And then Naruto would be like, "Me and Garra are actually cousins. Even though we're only half cousins, but we're still cousins. So we have a brotherly bond, so that's pretty much why we have." And Sasuke's our friend. We're so friend. He's like our bestest friend ever. So we call him our brother because we have a brotherly bond with him. A bond that can never be broken by no circumstances. And then they say, "Oh, that's kind of cute." And then Naruto start blushing a little bit when Ino said that. And Hinata would be like, "Who knew anyone could be have so much trust in each other?" And then God was like, "Well, we just have it, and we never learned to. It just always had." And then Sakura be like, "I knew my Sasuke-kun was one of the best." And then they'll be looking at each other. Naruto would turn and look at Sasuke, and then look at Garra, and then Garra and Sasuke would look at each other. They'll be like, "Yes, sir. We're getting the girls tonight. We got us some girls." And then at the end of the day, they will all walk the girls home at about 9:45 because they did go to the park to play on the swing, sit on the bench, and talk and stuff. It took them about an hour to eat all their food and get done talking, and then they spent about another hour and a half talking to the girls. They took all the girls home about 9:45, and then so we're gonna start at Garra's perspective now. We're gonna end up at Naruto's perspective. So Garra brought Hinata back, and Hinata said, "Dad, thanks. I had the best date of my life." And then he actually said, "Thank you, Garra." And then Garra would say, "I would like to ask Hinata, will you go out with me?" And then Hinata would say yes. And then he actually would say, "What are you doing?" And then he would say, "Mr. Hiyashi, sir." And then Hiyashi would say, "Yes. Will you allow me to date your daughter?" And then Hiyashi says, "Don't hurt her. Just please don't hurt her." And then God would say, "I would never. I am the protector more than anything else." And then Hinata and Garra would be going out. Same thing would happen with Sasuke, but it'll be way easier. Sasuke would say, I really want to date your daughter, and we like each other, so I just need your blessing." And then both of them say, "As long as you protect her," and then Sasuke says, "I will." He said, and they say, "Okay." When Naruto got back to the Ino Yamanaka family house, this about to be crazy. Her dad went on the couch thumping like this, like, "Boy, this boy don't be here by 10 o'clock. He knocked on the door." Her dad ran to the door and said, "Thank you for bringing my daughter back home." Naruto would bow. He would say, "I know me and your daughter like each other very much, so I want to go out with your daughter, but but your daughter, but if your daughter says yes, I still need your blessing." And then he said, "Can I go out with you?" Would say yes. He would say, "Mr. Yamanaka, can I go out with your daughter?" And then he would say, "Protect her, and if you ever let her get hurt or hurt her, I'll make your life a living hell. You won't have a mind anymore. I'm going to mind your mind so bad you won't have one anymore. Your brain will stop working. And then I'll make you suffer." And then Naruto like, whoa. And he said, "Stop trying to scare him, Dad." He said, "I was just playing. But don't hurt her for real. I might hurt you." And then Naruto like, "Yes, sir." So all my boys got their girlfriend. You feel me? Niggas clean. Naruto do got red hair in this one. So yeah, this gonna be clean. Smoking that dope clean. You heard me? So, and that's gonna be about time for the tuning exams. There is no attack on the leaf because they don't have Garra to use as the main distraction and weapon. So yeah, that's gonna be clean so we can actually finish the tuning exams. You feel me? So they're gonna start the tuning exam. Naruto and Sasuke gonna get like 8 out of 10, right? But of course they got difference, right? Naruto got last 2 wrong, Sasuke got the first 2 wrong, Garra got the 2 in the middle wrong. Simple as that. And then Naruto, Garra, and Sasuke, Naruto was like, why would we ever leave and stop trying to be Chunin? And then God was like, of course, we're all brothers and we're going to keep going on together. And then Sasuke was like, all of us aim to be Hokage. And then everybody was like, all 3 of them? Oh, yeah, I'm most definitely staying. And then Kankuro and Tomorrow be like, that boy right there looks familiar. And God be looking at them like, why they keep looking at me like that, Naruto? And he be like, they from the Sand Village. Didn't the Hokage leave us a message that said that your dad had 2 other kids who were your big brother and big sister? One of them had blonde hair, the other one had purple face mark. And then Garra said, that's my brother and sister turn. And then they were like, Garra? And Garra said, yeah. And then they said, why are you in the Leaf Village and have a leaf headband? And then Garra would say, cause I live in a leaf. And then they would say, I'm telling Dad after the tuning exam. And then Garra would be like, okay. Mom, I'm the one who brought me here. And then they would say, no, the leaf took you. And Naruto would be like, hey, don't talk to my cousin like that. And they would be like, cousin, we don't even know you. And then Naruto would be like, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, Kushina Uzumaki's son. Your mom's sister's son. Your mom's my auntie. And then they would say, oh. And then he would be like, exactly. Exactly. And then Garra would say, I'm not going back to that village. I'm going to stay here with my 2 brothers. And then they would say, what? You have no other siblings but us? And he would say, I treat Naruto as my brother as for Sasuke. And then Kankuro would glare at Sasuke. Sasuke would glare his Sharingan. God dang it. I just dropped my phone. That's my fault. So Sasuke would glare his Sharingan at Kankuro. And then Kankuro would be like, what? What you trying to do? You feel me? And then Sasuke would be like, bro, I'm trying to do whatever you for, cuz you're not going to sit right here and talk to my brother Garra like that. And Kankuro like, you're not even his real brother. He says, I'd rather have brothers by blood than bonds than brothers by blood. Because blood can turn on you, bonds can't. And then Kankuro says, ha, leave us alone. And then they walk away. And then they like, all right, nigga, we knock your block off. You ain't gonna be saying all that, is you? Nah, you ain't. So better shut up, no cap. And then they see that girl got tuning exam. They say, oh, hey, Hinata. Hey, Sakura. Hey, Ino. And then all of them say, hey, Sasuke-kun, Naruto-kun, and Gaara-kun. And then all of them say, did you guys pass? And then all 3 of them say, yeah. And then they would say, we're kind of going to have to protect you in tuning exams. And then they say, okay. Oh, yeah, Ino is stronger in this one because she got trained by Anko. And Hinata is stronger because she trained with Hiyashi and Hinabi, not just Hinabi. So she's stronger than in canon. Yeah, all 3 of their girlfriend low tuning. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. But when they go to the Forest of Death, Naruto says, hey, bro, I got to go to Ino's team. We already got a scroll because they switched a scroll with someone's rock. And then he says, Sasuke, you and Sakura just get there. And then they will they will see Hinata's team over here and Ino's team over here. They would say, y'all team, please work with us. And then they would say, why? Because we really want to protect our girlfriend. We know we don't want to split up from our own group. And then all of them would say, okay. And then Naruto will blitz out and get scrolls for both teams. Both of the other teams with them already having the scroll. And then he would say, are you sure you want to give this to us? And Naruto said, of course. So it's still clean. So it's pretty clean at this moment. So Orochimaru jumped in. Orochimaru came out of nowhere and jumped at Sasuke. Naruto said, run. Go straight to the gate. It's a couple miles. north of here. Go. Y'all already have your things. And then they said, okay. He said, Sakura, you go with them. And then Sakura said, oh, okay, Naruto. And then Naruto said, it's time to fight, bros. And then Sasuke said, I know it's time. And then Naruto said, seal. Explosion seal. Then he would throw a paper bomb at Orochimaru, but Orochimaru already fell into Naruto's trap. Naruto made a paper bomb that was in a way that it could break into multiple paper bombs and explode with the same velocity. Each piece would have the same amount of explosion as a regular paper bomb would. So you see? So then Orochimaru would say, ooh, clever. Maybe I should take you and that other redhead's body too. And then Naruto says, stay away from my brothers. You evil, man. And then he says, brothers, so you're all Uchiha? I didn't know Itachi had two brothers. He said, no, we're not brothers by blood, you idiot. We're bloods by bond. And then he says, why do you want Sasuke? We know that you're Orochimaru. You have many Sharingan. Why would you want his? And then he says, because I want a Sharingan I can turn on and off, so I don't waste chakra. And he says, aren't you a legendary Sani, my nigga? You got like loads of chakra. And he says, I have more chakra than Jiraiya, but not Tsunade. And he said, just get Hashirama. And then they like, don't you have something that can make up for that? And he says, yes, but it makes my body feel weird. And then Naruto like, you're weird. My God, you're weird. And then Orochimaru like, and then Garra like, you know that nigga a pedophile. And then Sasuke like, yeah, he like preying on weaklings and little kids. And Naruto like, see, that's why you're weird. My nigga, you're weird. All of them like, hey, but let's get ready to hit. Naruto says it's time. Everybody do that move. Sasuke says, okay. Naruto says, wind stream cutter. Sasuke say, lightning stream cutter. Garra says, sand stream devour. And then Sasuke cut where Naruto cut Orochimaru. He tried to come out the new skin. Sasuke cut that, and Garra's sand stream went inside Orochimaru's body and started eating his flesh, like the cat, like sucking all the water out of his body so he would dehydrate and die. And then Orochimaru was like, and then he said, if we try to sneak out that body again, we already have another stream ready. We already did the hand signs. And then he like, oh my, there's no way to get out. And he come out, and he tried to do the jutsu again, and he's skinnier. It been like he better have water in his body. And then Garra says, sand coffin. And he crushed Orochimaru's body. But what they don't know is that the Orochimaru already slipped out of his body, having his little tiny snake form with like his head on it. And he would say, I'll be back for you. And then all of them think they heard him, and then we're like, nah, we hearing stuff. So they dip, and they make it to the team. All three of the teams go past the line at the same time, and they say, we're going to pass all together. Kankuro and Temari came like 2 hours later. And then they were like, it's time for the preliminaries. It was Garra versus Lee. Garra did win, but he didn't break Lee's legs. So, yeah. Sasuke, matter of fact, Sasuke demolished that dude. Cause then he had like Tutomoru Sharingan in both eyes then. Nah, that nigga Sasuke demolished him, bro. He dodged and he said Chidori. Hit that nigga in the head. He basically slapped him with a Chidori and sent him flying into the water, and the proctor would start laughing, and he was like, that's game. That was Naruto versus Kiba. Naruto was like, please, Kiba, I don't want to hurt you, my dog. And he said, who your dog is, boy? He said, you mutt. Get on the leash, Kiba. Everybody started laughing, all the girls too. And Kiba was looking at Hinata. Hinata was holding it back. Her face was turning pink. She was like, he was like, at least he's not allowed laughing at me. He's like, she's holding it back, cuz. She don't want to hurt you because she on your team. He was like, no, you're lying. I love. And then he said, I almost said I love Hinata. And then he was like, my secret is saved. And then Naruto said, bro, matter of fact, I'm about to end this easy, bro. I'm about to use my strongest jutsu. Uzumaki style technique. Ultimate gust jutsu. And he hit Kiba and smashed Kiba against the wall with the air pressure. I don't get cold. I have a jacket. So Naruto would pretty much, he'll be walking towards Kiba, and then Kiba say, I won't give up, Naruto. So Naruto would pretty much, he'll be walking up to Kiba. Kiba would say, no, Fang over Fang. Naruto would say, wow. Naruto would say, unseal. And then it would be a storage shell. Then it would say, it would be like a storage shell that pushes out. You know, like the one that like Tenten has, like when she shoot the corner out the seals. So Naruto would say release, and then the seal would shoot out a web, like it would be basically an ninja stream tied into a spider, make it look like a spider web with kunai all around it. And he would shoot it at Kiba, and then all the kunai would make a circle around Kiba, sticking into the wall, and it would be like a spider web holding Kiba and Akamato in. And then Naruto said, do you know something special about that? And he said, what is it? Well, you know, I have like 3 chakra ninjas, right? Because I don't care about that boy Mizuki showed you. And then Kiba would be like, yeah, what of it? Did he tell you I actually know moves in lightning and fire jutsu? And then Kiba said, no. Naruto said, thermal stream jutsu was basically you heat up the air around somebody to make them very hot without actually producing fire. It's a move that Sasuke taught Naruto. And then he would say lightning shockwave. He would put out his hand and lightning would be all around his hand. He would say, if I touch this, it'll electrocute you and you'll automatically pass out. And Kiba was trying to get out. Naruto touched the thing with one finger and then Kiba said, you know, like how it be in anime, like when they show your bones and then they go back to you and then it just keep switching. It was like that, and then everybody started laughing. And the Kiba was like, it's not funny. And then Naruto said, just give up. Kiba said, no. Naruto said, everybody cover your nose, it's about to smell a wet dog. Sasuke said, no, don't do it like that. Naruto said, water style, waterfall jutsu. He shot a water stream up in the air and then it came down on Kiba hard. Wetting Kiba. Naruto said, wet dog. Everybody started laughing. And the kid was like, it's not funny. I'm gonna kill you, Naruto. Naruto said you had to get free first, and if you touch the wire, Naruto put the wire back a little bit. He said if you touch the wire, you're gonna electrocute it. And the kunai are metal, so that it's still gonna have electricity. And then he's like, oh man. Naruto said, it's too embarrassing, but I'll just put you on the Earth Dome, and then when you give up, you give up. Well, I'll put you on the Earth Wall, Earth Prison, I meant. And he put him in an Earth Prison, and then they make a cube around Kiba. And then Kiba says, okay, I give up. And then Naruto says, you heard that, partner? Partner says, yeah. The match goes to Naruto Uzumaki. And then all of them started laughing, and then it was like, it's time of our 1 month training, bro. And then Sasuke was like, hey, bro, I'm gonna have to go and train with Kakashi. And then Naruto and Garra were like, oh, it's straight, bro. We know you want to learn Chidori, the lightning blade, and all that stuff. And he was like, cool, bro. I didn't want to make it seem like I was leaving on y'all. And he was like, no. And he said, oh yeah, Kakashi said he gonna teach me the dog something too. And then Naruto said, here, I stole it from the Orochimaru dude. I think it's a snake summoner. And he said, oh, well, I'll tell Kakashi I don't need the dog summoner. And he says, okay. Garra says, well, I'm going to train with Mike Guy. And then he said, didn't you just defeat a student? He said, yeah, but I want to get stronger because me and Sasuke are going up against each other. And in case because I know Sasuke is very fast. So if me and Sasuke need to go in hand-to-hand combat, I need a lot of help with that. I have everything but pretty much hand-to-hand combat and ninjutsu. And then he would say, oh, that's great. And then Naruto would be like, oh. So Garra would say, he would ask my guy to train him. My guy would say, sure. Wear these weights for the next month. They wouldn't be as heavy as Lee, but it would help Garra be quick on his feet. And then Naruto would be like, I guess I'll just train by myself. And then they were like, are you sure? He was like, yeah, I can train. I'm only going up against Neji anyway. We could defeat him easily after our first year. And then they were like, true. And then Jiraiya popped out. He said, Naruto. And then Naruto said, oh, what's up, Jiraiya? I haven't seen you in a couple years. And then Jiraiya was like, yeah, I had a spy word. And I was like, I know. And he punched Jiraiya in the stomach. He said, why couldn't you come and train me a little bit at least? And then Jiraiya was like, I did. I taught you the lines, man. Needle and lines, man. He said, okay, do techniques, Jiraiya. Have you showed your brothers? He said, not really. And then, why? And then Naruto said, because they might be jealous that I'm trained by signing. And I would never want my brothers to be jealous of anything I have. And then he would be like, well, it's time for me to train you. And then Naruto would be like, for the 1 month. And he would say, it's time for you to get the Toad Summoning. That's the only thing I'm probably be able to train. And Naruto said, huh? Then Jiraiya said, come on, boy. And Naruto said, okay, Jiraiya. Well, the thermal stream jutsu is actually fire stream. It's just weaker. Well, Naruto just make it weaker using less chakra. So, yeah. So, Jiraiya would say, after a week, Naruto would have summoned Gamabunta to pass the test, but, and yeah. So, yeah. And then Naruto would say, what do we do for the rest of the month? He said, well, I can teach you how to do your dad's Rasengan. And Naruto learned how to do Rasengan on one hand. Because you remember, against Tsunade, he learned, when they were talking to Tsunade, he learned how to do it in 1 week. Even though he had to use shadow clones, but just say he learned it in 1 week again. He could perfect it. He could learn how to use it in one hand for the next 2 weeks. Simple as that. Simple. Ain't he smarter? So, yeah. Yeah, let's eat. So, let's get it. Oh, it's not going to be an attack on the leaf. Orochimaru's just there because he still want to kill the Hokage. And he want to still take Sasuke. But he's not going to attack. He's just going to attack the Hokage. He's still going to take the Kage body and everything, too. Somebody else going to have to become the Kage. Y'all want to go. Okay, down below, well, I'm gonna try to choose between Garra, Tamari, and Kankuro. I would want to make a female Kage. Yeah, I think I'll make a female Kage. And then I'll just make her be stronger or whatever. So, when it's time, Naruto says, Sasuke, I know you learned the lightning blade and the Chidori. And then he would say, yeah, why? I learned the Rasengan. And he would say, really, the first Hokage jutsu? And he said, of course. You know that's my dad, bro. And he would be like, I know, but god dang. And he would be like, what did you learn, Gar? He said, I learned the 7 pillars of sand. And they said, what is that? He would show him, and then 7 pillars of sand would come around him. He would say, I learned this from observing Yamato use the 7 pillars of wood. So it's basically you would put 7 pillars of sand up around you. Well, around you or an opponent. If you put it around you, the sand will form a circular wall around you. But if you put it on an opponent, it will go up and then it will come down on the opponent to attack. He did that with his wood, and I just copied it. And then they said, whoa, all 3 of us just learned strong jutsu. They would say, me and Sasuke both learned A ranks, and you learned A rank. Because that could kill anyone, especially sand that takes away all your water. And then Guard would be like, of course, man. So it'll be clean. And then the fights would start. So Naruto would pretty much be going against Sasuke. Not going up against Sasuke, but Naruto would be going up against Neji at this moment. By the way, hold up, flashback. Before we go to the flashback, Neji would say, why would you ever help Hinata? Flashback. He wouldn't be saying this to Naruto. He would actually be saying this to Gaara, because when he was about to do the final blow, Gaara put a sand wall in front of Neji, between Neji and Hinata. He picked up Hinata using his sand, and he said, are you okay, Hinata? He would say, yes, Gaara-kun. He would say, I'm going to let my sand take you back to your father. And then Hiyashi nodded his head, and Gaara would nod his head, and then Hiyashi would smile a little bit. Something Hiyashi wouldn't do, but he'll be like, he kept up to his promise. Then when it was Sakura versus Ino, when they knocked each other out, Naruto and Sasuke body flickered in there and kept both of them falling. They would bring Sakura to her mom and Ino to her dad, and then they would both look at Sasuke and Naruto like they kept their promise. All 3 of the parents would be looking at each other like, we found some pretty good boyfriends for our daughters. So now it'll be time for Naruto versus Neji. Hinata be like, go Neji, go Naruto. Because she, Hinata, she don't hold nothing against nobody. She know just because Neji don't like her, she gonna be like, well, I still want to be friends with Neji and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then Neji will be like, leave me alone, you Huga Erish brat. And then God be like, I'm gonna kill him. I promise I'm gonna kill him. And Naruto, and then not Naruto, but Sasuke gonna be sitting next to him, like, chill, bro. Don't go. Don't sit right here and go. Don't go. Don't turn Shinjuriki on us now. Chill. Hold on. You don't have your chance to battle him if Naruto don't beat him to a pulp first, which you know he most likely will. And then Naruto just standing there after but it'll be 2 minutes pass and after the instructor said start, and then instructor said, are you gonna start? And then Naruto said, I'm waiting for Neji to make a move. And then Neji said, why would I make a move? I know you specialize in traps. Then Naruto said, as long as my traps protect me, you're the only one in danger. And he said, what do you mean? I can do jutsu from right here. I'm a long range and close range ninjutsu specialist. And he would say, I forgot. And I know you're a taijutsu specialist. What's the only jutsu you know is the airplane strike, right? That's pretty weak. Then Naruto did a jutsu. He said earth wall jutsu. And he made a small wall, a small circle that he could still see Neji. And Neji tried to run around Naruto. And he hit a trap that blew up. And he said, how did you set so many traps? And then shadow clones came out of the ground. He said, does that answer your question? Shadow clones were going hand in hand fighting with Neji. None of them had like blades on their back. Because Naruto took his blade off and then just summoned Shadow Clone and he put it back on. He don't want Neji to get cut yet. He don't want to do Neji bad yet. Because he know that when you disrespect my brother's girlfriend, who could be my sister-in-law one day, oh no, she my sister now. So now I really got to do you, cuz. Neji like, never. I'll destroy you, Naruto. It's my destiny. And Naruto would be like, bruh, you're not winning. I don't know why you think you're gonna win, but you're not gonna win. And then Neji be like, come out here and run these hands with me then. Naruto would be like, so you don't want me to use no seals and no ninjutsu. I can't use genjutsu, so what you want? So you want me to just use basic taijutsu, just taijutsu and kenjutsu? Neji says, if you want to. I really wanted taijutsu, but kenjutsu is a form of taijutsu. And Naruto said, alright. And then all the Jonin instructors were like, Neji, why would you tell him to do that? Neji was like, what? And then they said he has 2 one-hit techniques that he can kill multiple people with. One is a beheading technique called Uzumaki Clan, silent beheading. And the other one is called Uzumaki sword style, raging whirlpool dance. And then Naruto would get low to the ground. They would say, Naruto, no, don't kill him. And then Naruto would say, I have to, bro. He disrespected Hinata, which I know that you would love to protect, but you're not fighting him right now. So I think I'll handle that for you. And then he actually said, what is this move? And then said, and then Sakura and Hinata was like, his brother never told us about this move. And then said, I only heard about it once. He said it was his ultimate sword technique. He could probably kill a Kage with it. And then all of them said, what? And then Sasuke said, that's why I said me and Naruto are about the same. And me and Naruto, if we use our regular moves, but if Naruto uses this move, he's out of pretty much anyone in this village's league with Kenjutsu. And then they said, what? Naruto said, Uzumaki style. Secret forbidden technique. 1,000 sword barrage. He was moving so fast, bouncing off walls, cutting Neji up. Neji just had cuts coming on him. Couldn't nobody even see him. The whole Kage could barely see him. Only people who could really see this nigga was Garra with his Sandai that he focused a bunch of chakra into. Sasuke with his 3 Tomoe Sharingan. And he couldn't even see Naruto. All he could see, he could still barely see Naruto at all. He couldn't even see a blur. All he saw was after images. Same with Kakashi. But Kakashi has fought with Guy, so he can see Naruto. He can see the blur. Guy can keep up with Naruto because of how fast he moves. And the Kage can barely see this man. He running up 1,000 cuts. Cuts just filling up Neji. On his side, on his back, on his leg, on his arm, on his knee, on his foot, on his hand, on his forehead. Naruto just cutting Neji. And then Naruto come back in the pose he started in. He closed the bait and Neji fell. Blood streaking everywhere. And they said, is Neji dead? Naruto said, no, I only did 100 cuts to him. If I would have did the full 1,000, he would have died probably at 200. And all of them looking like, ain't no way this nigga did this. Oh yeah, Naruto actually know the flying Raijin too. He just don't use it because he got body flicker. But when they come to it, he gonna use it, bro. No cap. And then they said, no, there's no way Naruto just did that to Neji. And Lee was looking like, what? Why is he so fast? Lee's scared. Because Lee, like, I couldn't even see him. Then God Sensei said, I could see him clearly. But it looked like he was running to me. He was like, what? God Sensei used to see people slow motion. He was that fast? And then Kakashi said, I could barely see him. Then Lee opened his eyes wide and said, a Sharingan? Could barely see him? And Naruto walked away. And then the proctor said, Neji hasn't give up. Naruto said he hasn't gave up yet. Like, this nigga still trying to fight. And then he said, okay, I'm about to do it. I'm about to do my strongest move yet. And then they said, Naruto, no, that's a forbidden technique. No, it's not a forbidden technique, but it should be. It's your strongest jutsu. It's stronger than any earth, water, and wind. It's stronger than any water, earth, lightning, fire, and it's stronger than any other wind jutsu you have. Naruto said, sacred Uzumaki. I just playing. Sacred wind style. Superb finishing gust. And then Hokage said, no, Naruto, that's enough to blow away half a village. And then Hokage said, Mega Earth Wall Jutsu. And then it was breaking through. Naruto said, Hokage, you have to put up at least 2 more. Hokage said, 2 more? He put up Mega Earth, 2 more Mega Earth Wall Jutsus. And he said, what? And then he said, Naruto, why are you trying to kill Neji? Naruto said he wouldn't give up, so and you can't kill people in here, so I was just trying to do it. And then he said, commence the fight. And then Naruto said, alright, I ain't gonna use that strong of a jutsu. Rasengan. He was walking up to Neji, just casually walking up to Neji. And then he said, Rasengan. And then the partner said, the battle's over. The battle's over. Neji said, what? And then the Hokage said, do you not know what this jutsu is? This is one of the strongest jutsus in history. It was made by the 4th Hokage. It's called the Rasengan. And I'm assuming the person who taught Naruto is the Kakashi Hatake or Jiraiya of the Toad Sage of the legendary Sannin, one of my students. And then Naruto said, yeah, my godfather Jiraiya taught me. And then everybody said, Godfather. And then Jiraiya said, you go, Naruto. And then Naruto said, I knew you were here. I thought you weren't going to come. And then he said, you know, I had to come and see you whoop Neji. And he said, I'm about to go, though. And then Naruto said, catch you later, Pervy Sage. And he said, don't call me that. And dip. Now, it was Garra versus Sasuke, bro. This one part about to be an hour? God dang. Hold up, everybody. God dang. For the time and because I want to really leave y'all on the cliffhanger, I'm going to have to end this video. Anime Quay will be on his way with another video for you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today. Bruh, this about to be lit. Catch y'all in the next video, though, for real.